Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we proceed, I just want to say a few words about this new cycle, new turn of the wheel. Now, for our seasonal ceremonies throughout the past year, we've been celebrating and dedicating to Nolava, the Lady of Avalon, in the manifestation of her mirror in the world and in us. And now we're embarking on a new cycle. As we create the ceremonies for each of the seasons, we are focusing on her flame, the flame of the lady in the world, in ourselves, in our outer and inner world, the flame that joins us, the flame we hold. And so in each season, we'll be reflecting on and exploring different aspects of her flame and what it might mean in our lives. And of course, to begin, in this season, we begin with the maiden flame. The flame that comes dancing out of the still place, the quiet void where it's been slowly gathering, the place that storytellers sometimes call the blank before the beginning. And so the flame comes in newness, in inklings and twinklings of inspiration. It comes flickering into existence. Strong, powerful, bold, bright as a snowdrop. We hope you enjoy this ceremony. Blessed be.
Finding a comfortable position, you close your eyes, taking a moment to breathe deeply and holding your breath, pausing for a moment and exhaling. Relaxing your body, just rolling back your shoulders, opening and expanding your heart area, your heart chakra, and breathing. Pause and exhale. And one more time, breathing in, holding, pausing, and exhaling. And centering your attention in your heart, feeling your heart expanding in this moment to a place of receptivity and openness. And drawing from your heart chakra a thread of energy, drawing down as you exhale, down through your solar plexus, your navel chakra, and your base chakra, and out, down through the soles of your feet, down, sending your root down into the earth below, seeking the heart of the earth, our mother. With each exhale, sending down that root, seeking from your heart to the heart of the earth. And reaching that heart and resting a moment. Absorbing, entwining your heart, the heart of the earth, feeling the heartbeat of the earth and your heartbeat synchronizing, beating as one. And with your in-breath, drawing up this energy from the heart of the earth, up back through your roots, through the layers of time and earth and rock, back up through your feet, your base chakra, your navel chakra, your solar plexus, and back to your heart. Feeling your heart chakra, the chalice of your heart, expanding as this energy, the earth heart, swirls in and fills the chalice of your heart. And now with the inhale, drawing up a thread, a sky root, up from your heart, up through your throat, to the cavity of your skull, your third eye, and out, shooting out from your crown chakra, seeking the heart of the cosmos, the farthest place, the pulse, the origin, the beginning. Sending up with each inhale, traveling faster than the speed of light, up through the stars and the galaxies, seeking the furthest star, and reaching this place, resting, absorbing, entwining, breathing in, feeling the pulse of the star, furthest star, heart of the cosmos, origin. And now with an exhale, drawing this energy down, back through the stars and the galaxies, breaking through the Earth's atmosphere, down through the roof of the building, through your crown chakra, your third eye, your throat, and into your heart, pouring this star energy, this star heart into the chakra, your heart chakra, the chalice of your heart, mingling with the earth's heartbeat, your heartbeat, feeling these three hearts beating. And as the chalice of your heart expands, your heart chakra expands, extending out beyond the perimeters of your own body and beyond, encompassing this circle. And from this place, stepping forward more fully into incarnation with heart open, soul presence. And it is from this place that we invoke the wheel of Avalon and Bridey, and the wheel of the Flame Maiden. Blessed be.
To the sacred land of Avalon. Knoll of Our Lady, guide me through the mystery. to the sacred land of Avalon. Known of a lady, guide me through the mystery to the sacred land of Avalon.
Please join me as I light the flame of Avalon to light the maiden flame. Here we call in and welcome her flame of love, her flame of healing and joy. We call to the maiden flame at this time to fill our hearts with the joy of the new beginnings, with the light of the lengthening days, and the joy and the playfulness of the maiden. Hail and welcome the maiden flame. We share her flame.
I take this flame and I welcome the flame of springtime, which will come in the weeks ahead. The flame of her energy, her inspiration, her creativity, the maiden flame that is the fire that burns in each of us, the fire of the new, the fire of transformation, the fire of her love in us. Let us bid this fire of the maiden, hail and welcome, maiden flame. I share this flame with you.
I take this flame and I call in the lover flame, the old flame, the new flame, igniting the kundalini fires of passion, the sovereign powers of longing and belonging, the yearning, the burning. And we thank you as we call in and we breathe you in. Hail and welcome the maiden flame of the lover, and I share this flame.
And I receive this flame, and it lights upon all the places in the world that have water. The springs that come out of the earth are brightened by the light of the flame. The emotions are lightened and brightened by the flame. Our tears glisten and sparkle in the flame of the maiden, tears of joy and tears of sadness. The oceans are filled with sparkles in her flame, the violet flame of Avalon. It lives in our hearts and in every part of our body. Allow it to flow through you. And I breathe the energy of the flame into the body and allow it to heal and brighten my heart. Hail and welcome maiden flame, and I share her flame with you.
I receive the flame, and I call the flame of the mother flame, the mother who is the nurturer, who is the protector, who is the abundance. Her sparkle lights in each of our hearts. She holds us, and she has her unconditional love for all of us. She's the great mother of the 1,000 breaths with milking everyone. She is the mother. She is the giver of the gifts. She is the provider. I welcome the flame of the Maiden Mother, and I share with you.
And I receive the flame of the earth, bringing our attention to the west, where the maiden flame sets as a sunset in the west, with the promise of a new day. Earth Goddess has been a firm foundation for us all, giving us all that we need, giving us a firm foundation within our lives and keeping us grounded. And this flame that warms us, the bright light above that nourishes our bones. And I share the maiden flame, the flame of the Earth Maiden, and breathing her wonderful energy, her grounding energy in. Hail and welcome, maiden flame of the earth.
And I receive the flame and carry the dark flame of the wise old crone. You who are the keeper of the cauldron of transformation that you fire with your dark love, the cauldron that you stir even in times when we feel frozen, when we feel rigid, when we feel unchangeable. You're the bringer of death, of transformation and rebirth. Show us how to be brave and throw our fears into your cauldron, into the fire. See our fears die and be transformed. That we are no longer afraid to show our light that comes out of your darkness, our light that's there to change the world, that we can step up, since out of your darkness, our new light is born. We breathe your energy in. Hail and welcome, maiden flame. And I share this flame with you.
I take this flame and call in maiden flame of air, the North's air, in breath that nurtures the fire, and that is connected to all of it. May the winds of inspiration blow smoothly through our minds and spiritual connection, so that these become good fuel for nourishing our new beginnings, or projects that will be blessed in joy, creativity, and purity, connected to our soul's purpose. We breathe you in. Hail and welcome, maiden flame of air, and I share her flame with you. Blessed be.
And I receive these flames, these sacred flames from all directions and all elements of the wheel of Avalon and Bridey, the flames of fire and water and earth and air, and of maiden and lover and mother and crone. And with these flames, I ignite and invite the flame of Avalon, the first spark, the maiden, Nolliver's maiden flame of Avalon, this violet flame of transformation and enchantment and magic. May this flame burn bright in our center, in the center of our being and in our hearts, that we may express the fullness of the fire of creation and being of our soul in this life, fully incarnating. Let us breathe in this fire, this flame, this moment of all possibilities, beginnings, as we are poised at this tipping point when the new growth begins in us and we can quicken our dreams as the land quickens towards the greening of the land again. May the fires burn bright. Hail and welcome, Maiden Nolliver's flame of Avalon. Blessed be.
This is the flame of Avalon. We each carry this flame. The flame of Avalon was first lit in 2004 and was lit at the 2004 Glastonbury Goddess Conference. The first flame of Avalon was a combination of 6 flames. One flame was the flame of the Goddess Conference that had been lit from the sun and was held alight throughout the conference for 9 days and 9 nights. To this flame, we added several other flames. One was the flame of Bridget, which was brought to the Goddess Conference by Sister Rita and Sister Mary from Kildare in Ireland, from their Brigidine centre, which holds the flame of Bridget in Kildare. A second flame we added was the flame from Hiroshima, a peace flame that had been lit 50 years before from the embers of the bomb in Hiroshima and had been kept alight from that time. It was lit by a woman. And the flame, it just so happened in this year, was on a journey into Glastonbury, was going to the Glastonbury Festival, and it came to us. So we added this flame to the flame of Goddess, which is the flame of Avalon. We also added in a flame of Bridget from the Western Isles in Scotland, and another flame from America, which was the children's flame, which was the flame for all children and the care of children in the world. These flames were brought together in a big ceremony, and the flame of Avalon was created. Since that time, what we have held is that the flame itself is held in the wick of a candle, and a flame lit from a candle that holds the flame of Avalon then holds that flame of Avalon in the candle itself. Even when you blow it out, the flame is still there. The flame is held by a circle of 30 or more priestesses who each hold the flame for a day at a time. And these priestesses vary from year to year, and they live in different places in the world. And each one holds the flame of light for 24 hours and then passes it on to a sister or a brother who holds the flame. So the idea is that the flame of Avalon, which is the flame of Goddess, has been spreading out into the world for the last 16 years now. And many of you, I know, will actually hold the flame of Avalon yourselves already in your candles, in your home. And we want at this time to share this flame with you virtually, so that if you have a candle at home and you want to light that candle, and this is the great experiment, we are handing it to you through the screen. So if you want to take a flame and light a candle from this flame that you can see and from these flames that we hold, this is a great ceremonial act to spread the love and light of Goddess out into the world. And we ask you to join us and to take this flame of love, her love for us, our love for her. Please receive this flame. Take this flame into your heart and share this flame with everyone you meet and everywhere you go. May it warm your heart. May it fill you with joy. May it bring love to all your efforts and all that you do in the world. We bless you with the flame of Avalon. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
In my cold, weathered heart, the winter's veil has drawn in, and in this white world, the darkness grows thin, and from beneath the ground, I hear you calling. Maiden of flame, come in. From the darkness emerges the flame. Ooh. Healer of our ancestral lands, part of the sacred flame, walking through the land, blood rising again. I hear you calling, maiden of the flame. I hear you calling, awaken my heart again. I hear you calling, maiden of the flame. I hear you calling, heal our land again. I sing a song all through the night, from summer's end to dawn's light. Fire's calling me to rise and to wake from sleep with wizened eyes. I hear you calling, maiden of the flame. I hear you calling, come walk on lands again. I hear you calling, maiden of the flame. I hear you calling, shine the light of hope again. Heart of the flame, maiden of the flame, heart of the flame, maiden of the flame, shine the light of hope again. Blessed be. The first snowdrops are poking through. Have you seen them? Yesterday, with a light pattering of snow coming down on the trees of Avalon, Trevor and I went for a walk out to the willows where you saw the Fire Maiden in the film earlier. Here we found the green, just starting to rise in the land, summoned by the maiden's presence and the changing season. Catkins and tree buds just waiting to burst open with all that green vitality, bright growth, reveling in a brief patch of sunshine. Snowdrops collecting frozen flakes falling from the sky. We found plenty of cleavers, goosegrass. Here she is. The tiny little hooks on Gallium aperine enable her to climb up stems and branches. She hooks onto things to do that with those little hooks like Velcro. You might remember throwing her at your teacher's back. She's a herb that grows quite straggly and long. This is a little bit of a limp piece here. You can see the pattern of the leaves. In spring, there are tiny white flowers, and these little balls of seed come later, and they stick to everything, including my cats. Cleavers climbs and scrambles out of the rich earth, bringing movement to our sluggish bodies when we infuse her into hot water. So that's making a tea. And from that, we drink the green vitality of her, and through the cleavers, the earth. The technical term is lymphatic ulcerative. So for that spring jumpstart, that big green infusion, you take a big clump of cleavers, big handful, like this, a lot more than you think, and you put that into a teapot. Then you add a few sprigs of nettle, perhaps some dandelion leaf. Perhaps you could add ribwort or chickweed, just to make your Brilliant infusion there. Add just boiled water like you would making ordinary tea and let it sit for at least 10 minutes. That's important to enable all the compounds to come out into the water. And then you can drink this Imbolc elixir whilst it's hot, or you can leave it to cool and sip it throughout the day. It'll put a real spring in your step. Willow. Here are 3 different coloured, beautiful willow withes. You see the light catching them that we cut yesterday. She comes in different colours, and there are about 500 different kinds of willow. And it's the bark that we use. So here you can see where I've peeled off the bark on that end. You end up with little tiny strips of willow like this. If you sniff these, they smell a bit like aspirin, and willow is where aspirin is derived from. It has a similar active ingredient. Now, willow grows all around Avalon. We're very lucky. It's often pollarded down, cut down, so you get these lovely straight long branches that you can harvest. They need to be about pencil thick, so a little bit narrower than my finger here. Yeah. Make sure you pick willow. You can do this with it, okay? It's withies, what we used to make baskets out of. It's very popular for fencing and baskets. You can stretch it, and that withy refers to the magic of willow. It's where the word witch comes from, actually, to bend. Okay, so with these little strips that we've peeled off, I make a tincture, which is an alcohol mixture. What you can do is you put these in a nice clean bottle and you add the strongest vodka you can find and you let it sit for a lunar cycle. And then you strain it out, and you can keep it for about a month and use it about a teaspoon 3 times a day. And the reason that we use willow, it helps with pain. It's anti-inflammatory. It helps with a fever. It will bring the temperature down. I use it a lot for people that have rheumatism and joint problems. It helps with those sort of aches and pains. Now, you must be careful to make sure you collect willow and not something like dogwood. So know your botany, know what your trees look like. It's a good opportunity to look at those red-headed willows, the blonde willows, the white willows, the purple willow, which is the strongest of all, the violet osier. Okay. Willow bark, like I said, is anti-inflammatory, and these properties were known by the ancient Celts, the Egyptians, and the Greeks. So that history of willow use goes back many, many centuries. It's important that we recognise the healing properties, use the whole herb rather than just a constituent of the herb, which is similar to aspirin. So the glycosides, the tannins, the flavonoids, and the lignans that come out of this stuff act together in a beautiful synergy. And we know the power of working together, which is what synergy is. 1 priestess alone. 2 priestesses create more magic. 9 priestesses create a wonderful mixture. Creative expression. So it's important to use the whole herb where there's lots of different ingredients in there and they work together, creating this synergetic action. And that is actually stronger and more powerful than something like aspirin. It doesn't affect the stomach in the same way that aspirin does. It doesn't, aspirin can make your stomach go a bit wobbly. It can cause ulcers. Willow bark doesn't do that because of these other compounds. It's important to recognise that willow can cause problems, however, so you need to not take willow if you're allergic to aspirin, if you're taking aspirin or similar anti-inflammatories, or especially if you're taking a blood thinner. That can be a bit dangerous, so don't do that. But otherwise, it's totally safe. Now, the green vitality of herbs then can offer us emotional, physical, and mental relief from pain. The land herself, the green flame in the land, is so healing. Go out and meet her. Go out on your own willow walk and speak to the willow trees. Blessed be.
And so we cross the threshold into Imbolc with 5 planets in the sign of Aquarius, the goddess of the awakening starfire, goddess of new ideas and revelations for the first time since 1962. As the planets activate the energies of the Great Conjunction, which occurred at winter solstice, themes of revolution, liberation, and tension between freedom and security continue to permeate the collective. The Aquarian energy acts like a crystalline blade, sweeping away, severing attachments to all that is not in alignment with our soul's integrity. Yesterday, Mercuria, the messenger goddess, began a 3-week retrograde period, inviting us to review our visions and to reweave our webs of connectivity and communication. She invites us to detangle ourselves from the hive mind, to pull our energy back from over-analyzing and come into our own soul's truth, to awake from the hypnosis of powerlessness. She asks us if we can recognize the impact that social media and the media at large has on our perceptions of ourselves and the world. She asks us, can we use technology without allowing it to use us? Can we see beyond the mundane into the extraordinary? Can we open our mind to new possibilities and inspirations? Can we think thoughts that have never been thought before? Mercuria will station direct on February the 21st, giving us a window of all planets moving forward until the end of April. On the 17th of February, the cosmic titanesses, Saturnia and Urania, will come into their first exact square of the year. This astrological alignment is one of the key energy signatures of 2021. This energy can be likened to the image of the lightning-struck tower, destabilizing the foundations of society so that they can be radically reformed. Under this energy, those things which are built upon greed and inequality will begin to crumble and fall. New ingenious creations will be birthed that are designed to serve the healing of the earth and her people, and they will thrive. This year, our mantra becomes cooperation, not accumulation. Saturnia is the holder of lineage and tradition, and Urania is the keeper of the codes of evolution. Together they ask us how we can share the teachings of the ancients in new ways to preserve them for future generations, as the priestesses before us did. As the world struggles to maintain balance between Taurus, the natural world, and Aquarius, which is more to do with technology and AI, how can we ensure that we don't allow ourselves to lose connection to the sacred? This is a time for cultivating intention without attachment, of finding the edge between comfort and expansion, of sharing our unique gifts in service. In the void of Aquarius, the past is gone and the future remains unknown. Let us use the alchemical pressure of this moment to activate the diamond brilliance of our own soul's fire. Let us come into the truth of who we are. Let being ourselves be the revolution. Blessed be.
Thank you so much for that beautiful offering, Maria. And now I would love you all to join me in a really simple chant for Bridey. So just getting yourselves really comfortable where you're sitting, taking some nice deep breaths, feeling your lung space, your whole chest expanding, and exhaling, feeling the air leaving the body, inhaling deeply and exhaling, visualizing that healing flame, the flame of the Flame Maiden Goddess that we have been invoking this evening, kindling that flame inside you, inside your belly, inside your heart. And I'm going to post the lyrics of this chant in the chat for you all. So obviously we're on Zoom, so we can't all sing together. So it's best if you remain muted, otherwise it might sound a bit chaotic. But we can still sing together virtually. So I'm going to sing each line, and then if you repeat it back to me, and then after we've done that a couple of times through, we'll sing all together. Maiden of Imbolc, Bridey is your name. Bringing your healing with your burning flame. Carrying your white rod, you beckon in the spring. Come and transform us, hear us as we sing. Maiden of Imbolc, Bridey is your name. Bringing your healing with your burning flame. Carrying your white rod, you beckon in the spring. Come and transform us, hear us as we sing. Beautiful. So now let's sing it all the way through, all together. We'll sing it through 3 times. Really feeling that fire of the maiden rising in us, connecting us around the world, wherever we are. 1, 2, 3, and Maiden of Imbolc, Bridey is your name. rod, you beckon in the spring. Come and transform us, hear us as we sing. Maiden of Imbolc, Bridey is your name, bringing your healing with your burning flame. Carrying your white rod, you beckon in the spring. Come and transform us, hear us as we sing. Maiden of Imbolc, Bridey is your name, bringing your healing with your burning flame. Carrying your white rod, you beckon in the spring. Come and transform us, hear us as we sing. Blessed be.
If you listen carefully, you can hear the silence. It lies a star-spangled blanket over the resting world. Life sleeps on dreamlessly within its velvety embrace, and the stillness stretches out in deep, contented slumber. Only in that silence can you hear the change begin, as feathers' soft footsteps pad along the frozen ground. Only in the stillness can you hope to catch a fleeting glimpse of the figure all in white with a lantern in her hand. The icy earth is hard, but it softens where she treads, and the bare trees, frosted like sea glass, give off tiny drips. The flame she carries flickers and spreads warmth through the chilly air, and something stirs as winter's spell slowly begins to lift. With swan-like grace and fiery passion, she walks on, determination burning under snowy down soft skin. Instinctual knowledge leads her on towards her destination, and flame bright eyes search the horizon, peering through the mist. There she catches sight of what she has been looking for. The dark shape shuffling ever closer on ancient weary legs. Both maiden and crone stop as they meet in front of each other. And then, with poised conviction, the maiden bows her head. No words pass between them, but the crone extends her hand, offering to the maiden what she holds within her grasp. Supple, young fingers close around the surface of the great rod, and in silent understanding, the crone hands over her staff. Slowly, each one turns their cloaked backs on one another and go their separate ways to continue their journeys. The world around them is changing as nature begins to stir, and snowdrops bow their heads to the crone as she fades away. Blessed be.
And if you take your flames and hold them close to your heart. And taking in the brightness of the light and the heat and warmth of the flame, and feeling the gratitude in your heart for all that we have received this evening. and for all the fire of creativity expressed, and the wisdom from a flame that yearns in us to learn and to become, of the songs, the wisdom of Mary's herbs and astrology, the fire in the sky. And we give thanks for all the fire in our lives. Flame Maiden, blessings to all of you. And may the fire of Avalon burn in your hearts, knowing that this flame is now in your candles, in your flames. And with the enthusiasm of the maiden, take this light out into the world and share it in all directions with love and enthusiasm and the conviction of the maiden. Blessed be. Share this light.